Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Welcome back to another reaction on Dragon Eyes Gaming Channel, which you are currently watching. And the reason I got a new screen recorder because mobizen sucks. No cursing. They suck so bad. So I decided, let me get a new screen recorder, and this one seems to run so smoothly that I was like, yo, I gotta try this. So this is the first reaction video using a new app. As you can see, I'm watching 10 creepy final social media posts by Matthew Santoro. This guy, hands down, the best. Let's watch this video in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Have you ever considered what your final social media post will be before you die? Neither did these people. However, whether intentionally or unintentionally, they revealed what was about to happen to them. Here are 10 creepy final social media posts. Number 10 is Libby German and Abby Williams. On February 13th, 2017, best friends 14-year-old Liberty Libby German and 13-year-old Abigail Abby Williams from Delphi, Indiana, went for a hike along the Delphi Historic Trail. Like most teens, they were taking pictures and posting them to Snapchat. Libby posted a picture of Abby walking along an abandoned wooden railroad bridge, surrounded by woods. The girls were supposed to be picked up by a family member later that afternoon, but that picture was the last time they'd ever be seen alive. The very next day, both girls' bodies were discovered over 1.2 kilometers away. What's even more chilling is the police later released 2 images that were found on Libby's phone of the suspected killer walking on that same bridge. Their killer was never caught, but some web sleuths think that you can see a figure hiding in Libby's Snapchats, which would make sense since the police believe he attacked the girls minutes after they were posted. Number 9 is Courtney Ann Sanford. On April 24th, 2014, 32-year-old Courtney Ann Sanford was driving to work along Interstate 85 in North Carolina. She was probably listening to the radio and in a good mood when she posted to her Facebook timeline at exactly 8:33 a.m. The happy song makes me so happy. Exactly.
Unless you parked your car, you don't post and drive, okay? That should be a thing. Don't post and drive. Don't text and drive. Boy, don't post and drive. Because you were looking at the camera too. You was looking at the camera too. Oh, how stupid can you be to do this? Because, oh my, how stupid can you be, bro? Don't do this, okay? If you have someone in the car, make them take the picture. Don't do it by yourself. Life lesson.
1 minute later, police were being called to the scene of a terrible accident. Since there was no evidence of alcohol or drugs, the police came to the conclusion that Courtney had been texting and posting on Facebook from her phone while she was driving on the highway. Police also found evidence on her phone that showed she'd been taking selfies. When she was distracted, her car crossed the central median, right into oncoming traffic. She hit a recycling truck head-on before her car burst into flames, burning her alive. The 73-year-old driver of the truck, John Wallace Thompson, was lucky to survive the crash, but sadly, Courtney did not, and all of it just for a status update.
Life lesson. Okay, so yes, this is a very sad story, but again, don't do it, okay? Life lesson.
Number 8 is Riva Steenkamp. On February 13th, 2013, 29-year-old South African model Riva Steenkamp sent her final tweet asking her followers, "What do you have up your sleeve for your love tomorrow?" Riva spent the holiday with her boyfriend, Oscar Pistorius, the South African Olympian better known as Blade Runner. But sadly for Riva, there was no happy surprises waiting for her, only tragedy. In the middle of the night at his house in Pretoria, Oscar shot and killed her as she hid from him behind a locked bathroom door. Oscar told police that he thought she was an intruder, but neighbors claimed that they had heard arguing. Even though they'd only been dating for 3 months, they were known to fight regularly. At Oscar's trial, Riva's parents told the court that she was planning to leave him, and text messages between the couple indicated that Oscar was jealous and had a short temper. After a lengthy trial and appeals, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison for the murder of Riva. Number 7 is Alexis Piala Bacala.
That's wow.
Alexis Piala Bacala posted his last Facebook status on January 1st, 2015. He had been working over the new year as part of an all-Filipino 19-man crew on the bulk Jupiter cargo ship transporting iron ore from Malaysia to China. His post seemed to indicate that the crew had been doing a bit of partying to ring in the new year. On the 31st, he had posted a Happy New Year message, but by 10:44 p.m. on the 1st, he updated his status to dizzying sea, hangover, lacking sleep equals seasick, and added that he was feeling nauseous. When a friend of his commented asking where the ship was, Bacala's ominous final response was, "The storm is coming to where we are, close to Vietnam." The crew wasn't able to withstand the storm, and by January 2nd, the ship had sunk off the coast of eastern Vietnam. The entire crew was killed, including Bacala, except for the ship's chef, Angelito Capindo Roxas, who was rescued.
How did the chef survive?
Number 6 is Mitch Lucker.
Is he a singer or something?
On the evening of October 31st, 2012, Mitch Lucker, the 28-year-old lead singer of the American deathcore band Suicide Silence, was getting ready to go out for Halloween. Before heading out to a party, Lucker posted a picture of himself dressed in a suit with his face painted in the style of a Mexican calaca skull. He shared the picture on Instagram and Twitter along with the caption, "The dead are living." It almost seems that Lucker predicted how his own night and own life would end, because only hours later, early in the morning on November 1st, he was dead. He died in a motorcycle
Ads. Yes, I love them. I love ads. Yes.
accident in Huntington Beach, California. No one else was hurt in the crash, but statements by his wife, Jolie Carmadella, show that he may have sealed his own tragic fate. Carmadella has said that Lucker was an alcoholic, and that on that night he had gotten into an argument when she tried to stop him from drinking and driving.
That's how he died.
Number 5 is Darren Mitchell. On May 26, 2016, Darren Mitchell from Navasota, Texas, was driving home when his truck got stuck in floodwaters on Highway 105 near Brenham, Texas. He called his family to tell them, but told his brother he was able to get out. But at 6:29 p.m., he posted an eerie picture and his final message to Facebook. The picture taken from inside his truck shows the floodwaters nearly rising above the truck's windows. He posted it along with the caption, "And all I wanted to do was go home." Sadly, he never made it. Witnesses saw him try to get out and go into the truck's bed before going back inside. Shortly after, the floodwaters got so strong that it flipped and submerged the truck before it simply swept it away. Mitchell's body was found over 1.6 kilometers away 2 days later. At least 6 people died and more evacuated and rescued from floods caused by heavy rains across Texas and Kansas. Number 4 is Alex Sullivan. On July 20th, 2012, Alex Sullivan was excited to start off his 27th birthday celebrations with a midnight screening of The Dark Knight Rises at the Century 16 movie theater in Aurora, Colorado. An hour before the movie was set to begin, he sent out his final tweet that said, "Oh man, hour till the movie, and it's going to be the best birthday ever," along with the hashtag The Dark Knight Rises. Tragically, only 30 minutes after the movie started.
The worst part is it was his birthday. That sucks. I mean, death day, birthday. Coincidence? I think not. But yo, that's sad though. That's really sad.
Sullivan would become one of 12 people killed by James Holmes. Holmes had planned the attack for days and had even rigged.
Boy got them Ronald McDonald hair. Look at his hair. Look at that. Okay, why is there red? Just tell me why.
His apartment with explosives. Dressed in body armor, a gas mask, and a ballistics helmet, Holmes entered the theater through a propped open exit door before setting off tear gas and shooting into the audience. There were even reports that sadly, at first, people thought that it was all just part of the movie. In 2015, Holmes was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Number 3 is Paul Walker. Paul Walker became a fixture in Hollywood with the huge success of the Fast and the Furious movie franchise. Walker had been starring in the action films about street racing since the first one was released in 2001. Filming for Furious 7 was underway when on November 29th, 2013, he tweeted a promo picture of himself and his co-stars, Vin Diesel and Tyrese Gibson, with the caption, "The boys are back, will you be ready?" The very next day, he died in a tragic car accident at only 40 years old. He had been taking part.
This is really sad. These posts are really sad because Paul Walker was such a great man. Like, he was the best actor, and he died at such a young age. I think 40 is such a young age.
In an event in Los Angeles to help victims of Typhoon Haiyan that was being put on by his charity Reach Out Worldwide. He left around 3:30 p.m. in a red Porsche Carrera GT with his friend and fellow car enthusiast Roger Rodas. Investigators believe that he was driving close to 161 kilometers an hour in an only 72 zone when the car spun out of control and hit a tree before bursting into flames, killing him and his passenger. Number 2 is Korpan MH17. On July 17, 2014, the Malaysian airline flight MH17 took off from Amsterdam, Netherlands, destined for Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Just before boarding, a Dutch passenger, Korpan, who was traveling with his girlfriend, posted a picture of the plane to Facebook with the caption in Dutch, "Should it disappear, this is what it looks like." He said this in reference to the Malaysian flight MH370 that had disappeared only months earlier. Just over 2 hours after takeoff, the plane was shot down over eastern Ukraine and crashed near Torez, about 40 kilometers from the Russian border. All of the 283 passengers and 15 crew members were killed. Comments on the post went from well wishes to prayers that he wasn't on the flight to posts of grief. Dutch investigators concluded that a surface-to-air missile fired by pro-Russian separatists from the area mistook the plane for a Ukrainian military aircraft. And number 1 is Skylar Neese. Skylar Neese from Star City, West Virginia, was only 16 years old when she was killed by her 2 best friends, Sheila Eddy and Rachel Schoaf. They had a love-hate relationship, which they posted about with cryptic messages on Twitter. The girls had had a falling out, but Rachel and Sheila convinced Skylar to meet up with them just after midnight on July 6th, 2012. Before she snuck out to meet them in Sheila's car, Skylar sent out 2 tweets on July 5th. The last one she wrote was, "You doing like that is why I will never completely trust you.
Never completely.
This, followed by the retweet, all I do is hope. Disturbingly though, she was right not to trust them. Just over 48 kilometers away in a wooded area just across the border in Brave, Pennsylvania, they stabbed Skylar to death because they simply didn't like her. It was 6 months before Rachel confessed and led investigators to her body. Both girls were eventually charged and convicted of Skylar's cold-blooded murder. But that's all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay. Wow. That video was really sad. Most of them had very sad messages, and that last one, that was just... you should not be friends with them from the beginning. But anyways, that's really sad. What are my thoughts on this? You know, some of these, they're extremely sad, like the Paul Walker one. But anyways, I hope you liked this video. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, dogs, neighbors, Walker, Paul Walker, I'm playing. Shouts out to freaking Revised Yeti, yo. This dude right here makes the best videos. Alright, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.